Hello, everybody. It is meteorologist Agent Weather Forecast. Welcome back to another live. This is a live for the severe thunderstorms for the Texas area forming in a couple hours from now as we speak, and then as it goes on into parts of the southeast. But the major part that's actually we're really got to start talking about is the Texas part, because that's actually the one that's going to be going on right now. So we actually just need to watch out for that. So hopefully the audio is good, guys. It was a little echoey yesterday. Didn't realize that's why I watched it. So I think I fixed it. Hopefully it's not echoing as it did yesterday, because I didn't know it was echoing yesterday until I found out this morning. So I think I fixed the problem. So yeah, just let me know if the audio is good and it sounds clear like my videos. So just let me know if it sounds clear, and then yeah. Okay, so here's the National Weather Service. Wait 1 second. Where is? Wait a minute. Where did my Epic Pen go? I just had it out. I'm so sorry, guys. Didn't even realize it wasn't out. Oh. Gosh, I swear I had it out. Okay, but here we still have some so alright, it sounds good. Like not even a little echo. Just want to make sure it's actually really good. Sorry for the Epic Pen problem. I thought it was out. Maybe I accidentally deleted it. Hi, audio is much better. Thank you. I didn't know there was a problem yesterday. I didn't know there was an echo yesterday's live until I heard it yesterday. Or sorry, I heard it today, this morning, and I was like, oh, it's probably been such a long time. My mic turned off on here, so I fixed it this morning. So I just want to know if it's good. So right now we have the flood warnings and flood advisories. Oh, hi, Dave Slaughter. We have across still parts of the Mississippi River. They've been there for the past couple days, as there's going to be more rain coming in this area with another severe threat. It's just going to be a same thing over and over again. Just a lot of rain in the southeast. It's just not going to stop, honestly. It's just going to keep on coming. Storm after storm after storm. It's just very tiring as we go on. So that's why these are still here. And we still have a couple hours left until the heavy thunderstorm makes its way into the Texas area near the Oklahoma border. And it's just going to bring a lot of heavy rain here. Hi, Roberts Girl. It's just going to bring a lot of rain here. And then it's going to bring severe threats for the same areas: Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Texas. And it's going to bring some rain for parts of the southeast. So let's go on and get to this, guys. And as we speak, the storm we had yesterday, it's still in parts of the Carolinas, guys. So it's still there as we speak, and then another one's forming also while the other one's still hitting the Carolinas, but just for a couple more hours, and then it's going to leave off into the ocean. So we need to check out the radar, actually, guys. This is just a typical radar, and I'll get into the deeper one on the HRR one later on. So you can see there's that rain still for parts of the Carolinas, and then you can see that's where that heavy rain starts for parts of Texas, Oklahoma. Some really heavy rain coming in. You can see the dark green for parts of the border. Severe threats for thunderstorms, large hail, damaging winds, probably a small chance for some tornadoes. And then it's got a little band here, some light rain a bit early on for parts of the south. So yeah, it's something we also need to watch out for, is those little front parts of the storm. That's going to bring a bit more rain for the areas that still haven't got hit by the major part of this storm, which is right here, this big blob right here. It's going to stay in Texas for like a couple hours, about a day and a half. It's just going to stay there, bringing a lot of rain. And as it's staying in Texas, it's not like just staying there and not moving. As it stays, it's gonna like keep on moving for parts of the east, but there's gonna be a little part just staying for parts of eastern Texas. It's just gonna be Just quite a wet weekend for parts of the south, the southeast. It's quite just quite annoying if you don't like the rain. It's just gonna be keep on pounding. Uh, so yeah, it's gonna be quite a mess this weekend. And as you can see, it's gonna bring some rain for parts of the south that aren't quite, if you think about it, not really close to the heaviest part yet. So they're gonna get that extra push of that first wave. Let's go to 42 hours. You're probably thinking, oh, it's going up north. It's not gonna hit the southeast. And look, it's actually not getting as heavy as it is. And also, it's not getting heavier as the last one. You can see it difference is it's quite a bit lighter. But you're probably thinking, oh, it's leaving Texas. That's real good. Well, it's gonna be a little break for Texas, to say a little small little break, and then it's gonna come right back to eastern Texas, not like central Texas. It's gonna be dome central, more like the eastern part of Texas. And then it's moving on for parts of the northern part of Alabama, Mississippi. Most of Arkansas is under that rain. So, and then we go, and then you see now it goes back to Texas with even heavier bands of rain. Some from south of Little Rock through Houston, Corpus Christi, sorry. It's gonna bring a big band of heavy rain with a enhanced risk for the moderate rain to high rain with a lot of power with it. And then it starts to bring a bit more rain, light to moderate rain for parts of the northern part of the storm, such as Illinois, Missouri, even parts of Kentucky, the northern states getting hit by this, even Iowa getting a bit from this. So it's quite a long storm to say. It's a couple thousand miles, maybe not 1,000, sorry, a couple hundred. I would say about 500, maybe 600 miles. Big with rain just stretching across the country, bringing some heavy rain in the Mexico border. Let's go to 60 hours. Wow, does it bring a lot of rain for Louisiana, a lot of rain. And like if you see the pattern, like I said, it stays for parts of eastern Texas, doesn't want to leave. In the central, you get those small little showers, not really anything to worry about. But eastern Texas can get the most amount of rain in Texas for the next couple days. If you're west of Dallas, you're not going to get a good, or you're not going to get a lot amount of rain. If you're east of it, quite a bit of rain for you. As you can see, it stays there for a very long time. And then quite some heavy rain for the southern counties of Louisiana. And it brings a lot of rain even to the Midwest states near the Canada border. That's a long big storm. And it even brings some rain for parts of eastern Georgia and western South Carolina, bringing some heavy rain for central Mississippi, and something that we really need to watch out for, guys. Then as we go to 72 hours, quite a bit of rain. Now it's going to bring some heavier rain for the northern states too, such as Kentucky, Arkansas, northern Mississippi, and Memphis, Tennessee, and a couple miles around Memphis too. A heavy band of rain off the coast of Louisiana. New Orleans again going to get a heavy part of the rainstorm, so that's also something we need to watch out for, guys. Let me just listen to this, read some comments. I'm here to listen to the whole stream while I'm making my maps for tonight's live stream. Oh, thank you, David. That's actually really nice. I thought you were only listening to a little bit. Hi, Internet Weather. Hi, David. How are you? Hi, Internet Weather. Thank you for watching my live. It's been a long time since we've seen each other's videos. So as I was saying, a lot of rain, especially heavy band from southern Kentucky to even south of New Orleans. The counties that got really hard near the New Orleans area, I got a report of trees going around, falling down around houses, and then south of New Orleans getting that heavy rain too. So it's going to be an exact replica of the last storm, just bringing that heavy band of rain off the coast of New Orleans and just bringing a lot of rain for parts of the east. So that's also something we really need to watch out for, is they just got hit by a big storm, as we all know, and it's still hitting the Carolinas as we speak right now. And then another one's coming a couple days later. if we go to 90 hours from now, quite a bit of rain for the mid-Atlantic states and the southeast, bringing a bit of rain for Orlando to Tallahassee, getting some light to moderate rain, but a very heavy rain for parts of northern Virginia, parts of the D.C. area, Delaware, and then some heavy rain in the Appalachian Mountains for the Carolinas, northeast Georgia, a couple miles north of me. And then finally, safe to say, it leaves Texas. Even eastern Texas, it's finally leaving. So then they get that sun to start drying out the rain, as they can get more than 7 inches of rain for parts of the eastern Texas near the border of Louisiana and Arkansas. And then it tries to leave Louisiana, Arkansas, just a bit of rain on the border of those states as it moves on to the east. Let's go to the next 180 hours. This is actually Wednesday. It's been a long couple of days for the southeast, and it finally leaves. Not going to say there's not going to be in our system after this, but it leaves in the Carolinas. They're going to get a lot of rain too, because they're like the last ones to get hit by these storms, because they're on the opposite side. They're in the last land it's going to hit for the United States as it moves off into the coast, and possible heavy rain off the coast of those states. So finally, let's get over with this model, or not model, sorry, with this radar. Something we also need to look at is the HRR for the southeast. It's still getting hit as we speak. So if we go to the next couple hours, you see it's still hitting parts of the Carolinas. It was moving quite a bit faster than I was looking at it a couple hours ago. A couple hours ago, it was actually near Raleigh, but it moved quite fast. So that's not something really to talk about now. Just showing you guys where it is now, and that is pretty much over, going to the Atlantic right now, really. And then this is where the other storm comes. So here's the thing we want to talk about as 2 hours or 3 hours from now, it's going to start pounding Texas. Let me just draw a little circle. I'm probably not going to be right on top. It's going to start hitting this area first with some severe thunderstorms as it just pops out in the next couple hours. So you can see 2 hours from now, a couple scattered rain showers, and then it starts to come really hard. Let me just update this really fast, guys. Sorry, let me just update this really fast. I haven't updated this in a couple minutes, so I just need to refresh it, guys. Okay, let me just... Alright, here we go. Let me just refresh it. There we go. So 10 hours from now, bringing some really heavy rain for the northern part of Texas near the Oklahoma border. You can see a very heavy band and a chunk of areas a couple miles from the border of New Mexico. Very heavy rain. And then you have the backside of this. And this is just going to start really small and make its way bigger and bigger and bigger as the hours go on, and the overnight hours bring a severe threat again. And there's a pattern in these storms. It's keep on coming the late hours, so while people are asleep. So these are one of the reasons why I'm actually doing this right now, because it's going to go in the overnight hours. So people are going to be asleep. Most likely, the news aren't really going to be talking about this unless it's their hour. I don't know if you know, guys, what I'm talking about. But Channel 2 Action News has specific hours they do the weather and all that. Like they go on in the 6, 7, and around 8 in the morning, and then they have noon, and then they have 5 and 6, and those are the only times they go on the weather on their shows. And unless it's really, really bad, they don't do anything until those hours. So this is what I'm talking about. They probably aren't talking about this right now. It's probably just a random show on that channel. So that's why I'm doing this now. Let's go to 13 hours from now. It's starting to get into parts of the border of Oklahoma with some light rain. You can probably hear that thunder if you're right here, because you're right on the border of where it's actually coming from. And then a couple minutes right after this, it's going to hit really hard with these severe thunderstorms. Quite a bit of energy behind this storm right here. And then the back part, or another wave of this storm, is getting quite a bit bigger and intensifying as it moves north, and then going to move east. So it's kind of a pattern we've been seeing these storms. I don't know if you noticed it, but unless you haven't been looking at the couple models, it's a pattern forming Texas area, and then moves up north, and then it heads east. That's a pattern I realize, or it's just a coincidence. So let's go to the next 15 hours. It moves, you can see in 2 hours, it moves a couple miles really fast into parts of Oklahoma. Moves really fast, and you see that there was that second part here. Let me show you guys. It connects with the first one. You can see they're kind of separate, and then now they connect in the next 15 hours. So it's really heavy. It's a big band of these heavy thunderstorms, just a big wall of heavy thunderstorms. So it's quite quite dangerous. My mouth is a little dry, so some words are sounding a bit bad, but it's quite dangerous. So that's also something we need to watch out for. It's really dangerous. So yeah, that's something we need to watch out as we get into the after dark hours. I don't know if that makes sense, but as we get into the dark hours and people are going to sleep, getting ready for their daily routine tomorrow, and then they get hit by this storm. If they haven't looked at the weather, they get hit by surprise. It's a little too late now to start getting ready to move, as these storms are getting quite big as we talk now. 18 hours, really getting bad. It's getting in parts close to central Oklahoma, moving a couple miles west of Dallas, like right here. Just probably, Dallas can probably hear those thunderstorms from over here, from over there, as this big wall of just heavy thunderstorms comes with just a lot of energy. Deadly lightning, probably haven't heard that yet. Deadly lightning in the storm. And then we just have the winds, the flooding. The flooding actually won't be a threat for central Texas or north central Texas. The threat in Texas will be in the eastern part of the state, right here actually, to where that rain stays there for a couple days. So this is the area we need to watch out for flooding. You see that as we get into the precipitation. So yeah, let's look at the other. Sorry, it's taking a bit to load. So here's the total precipitation, so you guys want to know. So let's get to when the storm's starting to come. It brings quite a bit of rain to eastern Texas near Houston really fast. It's in the next 60 hours, it's already bringing about 2 to 3 inches right here in this area on that dark red circle. That's something that's really dangerous and something we need to watch out for, as the flash flooding is going to be a threat, and then it can be cause the Mississippi River to flood really fast. So that's why those flood warnings are in effect for that area. Let's check as we move when the storm's staying for parts of eastern Texas. You can see it brings a lot of rain for southern Arkansas really fast. You can see a couple hours before 66 hours, it has about an inch or 2. And then we go like 12 hours more, it has almost 7 inches, about 6.5 inches of rain in that brownish color. You can actually see it right here. It's dark brown, or sorry, a light brownish and a very dark red around it. That's where there's going to be a heavy rain for parts of the Arkansas. And then it's going to start moving for parts of Tennessee and Mississippi. And then as it moves east, it's going to bring quite a bit of rain for parts of northwest Georgia and north Alabama. You will see it as we go on with the storm in the next 10 days too. You can see it just brings a lot of rain. Alright, here we go. Here's the next 10 days, and you can see brings a lot of rain in the southeast for this area here in general. Further south, it can range in this circle specifically. It ranges from 3 to 7 or possibly 8 inches of rain. And you can see there's that little area in the eastern Texas I was talking about, where we can have that flooding threat. So again, a big threat for the flash flooding. I wouldn't be surprised if I actually see a flash flood warning in effect for that area near the area of eastern Texas, a couple miles north of Houston. Actually, Houston can get about 2 to 3 inches of rain. not really gonna be in that 7 inches really. That's they're gonna be a bit south of that, guys. So if you guys have any questions or anything, be free to ask. And yeah, just don't be free to ask. Here's a more zoomed in area in the southeast to see the preset. It's more zoomed in. You can see a bit more because it's a bit far from the last model because it's the whole U.S. So I just want to zoom in for you guys who are living in the southeast right now. And hey guys, I haven't said this in right now, but if you like my content, if you're new or anything, please subscribe to my channel. It would be great if I can get to 700 one day. And it would be great to get to 1K before I can get that payment or some money before I can buy new things and all that. And it would be great to get to 1K either way. When will you go to Fintusky? Well, I'm getting there soon. So here we go. Here's this heavy rain for parts of the southeast I was talking about. You can see, especially for central Alabama, and where they can get 7 to 7.5 inches of rain, quite a bit of rain off the coast of Louisiana, and then for Atlanta, and just a lot of rain. So here's basically what you saw earlier on the last model, just a more zoomed in area, especially for southern Arkansas, central Mississippi, Alabama, northern Georgia. So let's get to Vintusky. Actually, this is like just an overview. So you have PayPal, so I can donate money to you. So you have, I'm not sure I had PayPal, and it's fine. You don't have to donate money to me. All right, so here's Cape, and let's just go. This is actually when we're going tomorrow. This is around 2 p.m. when it actually intensifies a lot. So sorry guys for my dog barking. Somebody's actually at the door. So just when I click or put my mouse somewhere, look at that, 3,500 joules per kilogram. That is very, it's not super duper bad, but it's very strong, especially right here where you can actually see that 3,000 to 3,500 kilograms, even 3,600 as we get to northern Louisiana, north central Louisiana near the border of Mississippi. Hello, dropping by with a moment to spare while volunteering for kids' school. That's really nice. So yeah, so 2,500 near the area of southern Louisiana. It's a bit calmer by New Orleans, 2,200. The area we need to talk about is near San Antonio, 2,700, 3,400 joules per kilogram. North of Houston, where you're actually going to get that really heavy rain, especially that flooding. Dallas is missing out a bit on that, like I said. 2,700, 3,200 joules per kilogram, 3,400. It gets really high in general, this area. Looks like Monday, Georgia could have a severe threat. Yes, Monday and Tuesday morning have a very high chance for some type of severe threat. 3,100 for northern Louisiana. It's a bit calmer for Arkansas for this time. We have 2,800. So it's very dangerous right here with a high chance for a severe threat, as we have 3,500, 3,600, 3,300 joules per kilogram. So yeah, let's actually move a couple hours. Let's get to 4 p.m. It moves east real fast. We have 3,500 joules per kilogram for parts of Mississippi. We have 3,500 joules per kilogram for parts of San Antonio. So it's really intensifying right here for the area of San Antonio and Austin, and also for parts of Louisiana and Mississippi. Those are the areas that have a very they have a lot of power and energy in this general area for a severe threat on storms. So this is where most of the energy is going to be. 3,700 joules per kilogram. South San Antonio, very high. 3,100. So yeah, let's get to actually 8 p.m. and wow, does it get really heavy, bad for Austin. 4,100 joules per kilogram. That is very, very high with so much energy. That's very bad. We have 3,600 and just wow, 3,900. I think I saw 4,200 actually somewhere. San Antonio can have 3,700 joules per kilogram. So in general, in this circle right here, really bad here for this circle, because it's just a lot of energy here to have some threat for some kind of severe thunderstorm or a tornado actually for near the San Antonio area. I'm not saying there's gonna be one. I'm saying there's actually just a very good chance, as it's very just a lot of energy, and it's quite surprising how much energy there is right here. So actually, if you guys have any questions on like the severe threat, if you want to know a specific area or something, I can do that, because this is what the live is for too. We have 3,700 joules per kilogram from the near the border, Mississippi, Louisiana, and Arkansas. It gets a bit more energy for parts of southern Arkansas. We have 2,900 joules per kilogram. So yeah, and then it starts to get into parts of the eastern, southeast too. Here, it's not as strong as, not like 4,100 joules per kilogram or 3,000, 3,400. We have like 2,700 joules per kilogram. We have 2,800. Around the city of Atlanta, it's calm at that time, 300 joules per kilogram. That's quite calm. So let's just move on to around 11 p.m. It's getting a bit more north. The energy for Alabama, it's not really high, but not really like, it's like a 2,100 is like maybe like there's some light threat for that big energy for a severe threat. Let's move on to Texas again, where they're having a lot, just the main threat for all this severe weather. 3,800 joules per kilogram south of San Antonio. We have 3,000 from the border of Texas. 2,600 joules per kilogram for Houston. Just in general, this area where you see a dark red, pinkish color, that's where you're gonna have most of the energy. So yeah, 2,000 or actually 3,000 joules per kilogram near Austin. Austin's at 2,900. It calms down by a couple joules as we go later on the day Saturday. So Saturday is gonna be a day for Texas. Yesterday, Sunday was the strongest day Sunday was a day for all that severe weather and all that energy to be there. But now it's actually more like Saturday. So it's a big change in the days if you think about it. So to basically a day behind to get ready for the storm. And let's get on Sunday. Let's see what's going to go on Sunday for parts of the South. Let's go to around 2 a.m. on Sunday. This is when people are sleeping, and then if they're very high, they can produce a severe thunderstorm when people are sleeping. For Houston, 2,800 joules per kilogram. So that's a little bit higher than they were at before. 2,900 joules per kilogram. Austin, it's a bit the same. 3,000 joules per kilogram near San Antonio. And then it's a bit calmer down here from 2,400 joules per kilogram. We have about 2,800 joules per kilogram for parts of where the storm's actually going to start. And it's not going to hit 3,000 yet. It's going to be at 2,800 to 2,900. So yeah, but it's getting pretty strong. Let's go on to around 8 a.m. when people are starting to wake up. You can see way calmer. We have 2,100 joules per kilogram. We have 2,200 joules per kilogram. It's a way calmer than it was before. And probably not going to see a 3,000 joules per kilogram unless you go off in the ocean. But and it's getting a bit calmer for parts of Arkansas and all that. So now you can see why Saturday is the biggest threat for this for the big blob of energy and all that. But again, once we go at 11 a.m., it comes off in the ocean. All that energy comes a bit in the coast. We have 2,400. We have 2,600 joules per kilogram, 2,700. So it's getting quite nasty for parts of Louisiana as we get to around noon. For parts of those areas, 2,300 joules per kilogram for Dallas. So it's getting a bit more energy than it was at 2 a.m. So it's not getting really as bad as it was Saturday. It's going to be Saturday. But also, if we go to Sunday, you can see a bit more energy for parts of Oklahoma City, 2,500 joules per kilogram. But let's move a bit east where the storm's moving. So on the border of Mississippi, Arkansas, and Louisiana, 2,900 joules per kilogram. And by New Orleans, 2,800 joules per kilogram, even 2,900. And then near the border of Mississippi, 2,800 joules per kilogram. And then we have 2,700 joules per kilogram. So yeah, let's move on to around 5 p.m. Sorry, we have around 2,600 joules per kilogram, 2,800. So yeah, getting quite a bit of energy, not like we saw in Texas, 4,100 joules per kilogram on Saturday. But you can see it's not going to be as wild in the southeast as it was in Texas on Saturday, but it's still going to have a bit of energy with this storm. So yeah, let's get to around 10 p.m. as it starts to get a bit calmer. You can see just some energy, but not really a lot to cause a severe thunderstorm. And then you can see it's calm for most of the rest of this. But let's actually get to around Monday or Tuesday. Let's get to Tuesday morning when the storm's going to start going for parts of the southeast, like history and alternate history, I believe he said. So yeah. So basically, let's get to let's go to around 5 a.m. People are waking up to go to school. We can actually see a bit more energy for parts of Texas on, oh, this is actually Sunday, guys. My bad. I meant to go on Tuesday. Sorry, guys. So on Tuesday, you can see a bit of energy off the ocean and all that. So let's go to around 2 p.m. People are at school. It's not going to be bad for the southeast. They're just going to have some rain, not really a severe thunderstorm. The only threat they most likely will have is flooding, not a thunderstorm, or there could be some thunderstorms there or over there. You know what I mean? But it's not going to be like the big thunderstorm for parts of Oklahoma, Texas, and even parts of Louisiana. So, yes, it could be a flooding threat for the southeast, but it's not going to have the powerful winds, all that, if you know. And, oh, hi, DTU. Yeah, I'll get to Texas, don't worry. I just talked about it, but I guess they won't mind. Let's get to around 11 p.m. Nothing much. It's even calmer as we go in the overnight hours. So let's go back to Saturday. Gosh, my mouth is so dry, guys. And I've only been here for about 30 minutes. Alright, so let's get to around 8 a.m. This is Saturday. So basically tomorrow. So this is why I'm doing live. If anybody else is new here, I'm talking about this. I think there will be some severe storms. Yeah, like I said, there will be some thunderstorms there or like over there, and then probably just a couple miles off there, but it's not going to be like the big, like here, let me show you. It's not going to be like this. Oh gosh. Let me find it. It's not going to be like this big thunderstorm. Like it's not going to be this big powerful storm with the 4,100 joules per kilogram with all that energy. It's going to be more like let me show you, maybe like the Carolinas or like this. It's probably going to be more like this right here. I know this is the ocean, but this is an example, like a small little ones out there and over there like that. It's probably going to be like that, honestly. It's going to be a little separate, so. But yeah, there could be severe threats, but not like very bad with all the energy. So this is in the morning as we get to the daily routine in Texas. You can see 2,100 joules per kilogram, and then it's just this is not really severe yet. So yeah, this is just it's quite high for the normal daily basis, but it's not bad. Let's get to now. This is around 11 a.m. This is when it starts to get a bit more energy. 2,500 joules per kilogram, a couple miles west of Houston. 2,400, 2,500, 2,400 again. And then we have 2,800 near the border of gosh, my mouth is just messing up all these words. Near the Mexico border. So yeah, there's some energy there. It's not in the 3,000s yet, so it's not really a super big threat yet. But this is where it gets really complicated here, and it really I'm just energetic because This is all the energy. There's a lot of energy behind these storms, so that's what joules per kilogram is. The energy and all that. The higher the number is the bigger the threat is for a severe thunderstorm with heavy winds, hail, and all that, like tornadoes basically. So we have 3,300 north of Houston. Now you can see where that energy is starting to come. And then south of Antonio, you have 3,200. We have 3,400 to 2,800. San Antonio is actually at 2,600 joules per kilogram, and then we have 2,900, 3,200. Dallas is gonna get quite some. It's gonna be calm, actually, 600 joules per kilogram. Sorry. And then you can see it's also bringing some energy for parts of Mississippi and Louisiana too. We have 3,100. We have 3,100 near Louisiana or Mississippi, near New Orleans, 1,900, 3,500. That's a little that's quite high, 3,500. But Austin gets really high as we get into later on Saturday. 5 p.m. really high. This is where I believe Austin gets a lot of energy as we get into the overnight hours. 3,000 for Austin. San Antonio at 3,500. That's really high for some severe threat. 3,700 south of Antonio. Now that's really high. 3,800 is a big threat for severe thunderstorms with isolated tornadoes. That's what we got to watch out for in this area. If you're in the circle, that means you're going to get some quite a big chance in energy. So if you're like in this, you can have quite a bit of energy on this. So that's what we need to be careful. If you're in the circle, I'm just going to say this. Not going to like say there's possible. I'm not going to say there's going to be a tornado. I'm just saying that's where we could see a possible chance for a tornado. Right in the circle where you can see how high. Let me just go through this. How high. We have 3,600, 3,700, we have 3,300. This actually circle right in the middle, that's not really a big threat, but I'm not going to draw two separate circles. And then right here too, especially here, we have 3,400, 3,600, 3,800 south of San Antonio. So let's move on a couple more miles, a couple more hours back. Let's go to 8 p.m. This is what I need to show you guys. 4,100 joules per kilogram in Austin at 8 p.m. I believe it's 7 p.m. their time in Texas. I believe they're an hour behind me. So this is really, really heavy. Since you could have high numbers, but without shear, you probably won't have a tornado. Well, yeah, but let me just actually get to the shear too. But let me just say this really fast. Actually, no, don't want that. So if you're in living Texas near Austin or San Antonio in this circle, you really need to watch out for this. You can have some possible large hail, damaging winds, and you can just see 4,100. Wow, it's really high. 4,100. We have 3,300, 2,900. Really, something we need to watch out for. So yeah. And guys, if you haven't already done so, if you're new to my channel or if you unsubscribed, just go ahead and please subscribe to my channel. My goal is 1,000. I just want to maybe get to 700 by the end of April. That's quite a low amount of subscribers because I can't change my name until the end of this month. Let me go ahead and say it really fast, guys. Let me say it really fast. So you're probably wondering, why is my name still Adrian Soccer Trick Shots? Well, the reason why is because YouTube has some dumb reason for making it 90-day. I have to wait 90 days. So for each name, I have to wait 30 days. So it's been too recent. I've tried so many times to change it back to Agent Weather Forecast, but it's not working. So I think it's been around 2 months already with this name. So I think I need about 1 month left. So about the beginning of May, I think I'll be able to change my name. So that's why my subscriber, what I'm expecting is really low, because I know not a lot of people are going to subscribe with this name. So if you just know anybody who like my channel, please get the around maybe 700 by the end of this month. I was at 630 when we started, but just people unsubscribed. So let me actually show the precip again for those people who just came for the precip. So this is actually the next 10 days. Let me get it when the storm ends. It ends Wednesday for parts of the southeast. So if you live in eastern Texas, a couple miles north of Houston, you can experience from about 4 to 6 inches of rain, especially if you're like, maybe, I'm not specific on this where this is near Houston. I'd say maybe 20 miles north of Houston, you can get quite a bit of rain because Houston's like right here. So it's a couple miles north of Houston, can get a couple inches of rain, especially if you live south of Little Rock, near Memphis, there near Mississippi and Louisiana. You can get quite a bit of rain, up to 7 inches. That's the most you can experience from these models, what they're telling me. If you're in central Tennessee or southern Kentucky, about 2 inches around there, maybe less than that. But you can see, not the southeast hasn't really had anything yet. Like, it's not really bad yet. But if we go like maybe like an inch or 3, but as we go in the next 10 days, wow, you can see a lot of precip. If you're in this circle, including me, if you're in the circle right here, you're getting a very good amount of rain. When I mean good, it's not like you like it. I mean good, like it's a good portion of rain just falling down the next 10 days. If you're in the brownish, grayish color, I mean, the most dark red you see on this map, or brownish kind of color, you know what I mean? If you're in type of that color, it goes from 4.5 inches to 7 inches of rain. So that's actually a lot of rain the next 10 days. And it's not just it's not like really 10 days, it's more like 5 days, because this is all going to be mostly in one storm or one system, maybe even 2 systems. So that's something we really need to watch out for, guys. I think I might end this around 8 o'clock, guys, because don't have really a lot not a lot to say. But I'm just gonna go over these tabs for new people who are here or just arrived. Let me go into. Haven't gone through this yet because it was just overview. So here's Texas. This is Tropical Tidbits. Haven't really used this site in a long time. Ever since I used weather models, a very good site. It's like $7 per month for weather models. Really worth it. But Tropical Tidbits is free, so I haven't used it in forever. So I believe this is right now, or not right now, just a couple hours from now. But let's move on. All right, get into the move on to the radar. You can see it's this is actually is agreeing. This is the GFS is agreeing with the European model where it starts. It's actually showing just maybe a bit too much for right now, a bit too much north, but still an agreement where the heaviest is gonna be. I don't see that second other one like we saw on the radar, but it's still pretty close. And then it shows again like the European, the heaviest rain going to be near the border of Oklahoma and Texas. So if you're in the yellowish or orange color, you are really going to experience quite a bit of rain. So yeah, I was checking out wind shear where the high joules were, and it's moderate. Yeah, and moderate's actually if you think about it, moderate's high in this case because it's going to be the soil is going to be very moist and wet because all the rain they've been getting in the past 3 days. So moderate winds would be like more like high winds on a dry day because it's going to be easier to take down trees, which also cause power outages, maybe even some large hail coming in with those where the high joules were and all that. So yeah, especially if you're just off by a little bit, you can still get some experience that. And it's showing a bit heavy rain, or not a bit, a lot of heavy rain, a couple miles east of San Antonio, near Austin, a couple miles north of Houston, a very heavy band of rain. In the red, it's very heavy with where that flash flooding can go, or it can start. So yeah, and then it just goes, and then it hits parts of Oklahoma, Alabama, Mississippi, and then it can actually see another heavy band hit southern Texas near the coast. Actually, Houston, I believe. Houston's like right on here in this yellow, dark green, like right where that is. So Houston can get some moderate rain in this storm actually, but it's going to move quite fast from Houston, so I'm not really going to say flooding. Yes, there could be flooding, but not like a big threat actually for Houston. It's going to be, if it's going to be in Texas, it's going to be more over here where that flooding threat's going to be. So it's just going to go off there, and then yeah, maybe another storm popping in. So yeah, let me actually update this National Weather Service. It's been like 40 minutes ever since I've gone on this, since I've been on the other models. Let's just see the difference maybe. Alright, so no thank you. I don't know if this is just my eyes, but I think there's something new here, and you probably can't see it. It's because really small little counties right here for parts of Louisiana. There are flood advisories. So that's something, I don't know if that's new or not, because it's quite small. Actually, you can see the radar for Louisiana. Not much rain there, just having there ahead of time, which is a very smart move to warn the people of what's going on. So yeah, so let's actually go on to Texas right here. Nothing's going on there, but I'm going to show you what's looking like here. So there's the radar. You can see New Mexico right here. Those small, those heavy thunderstorms, they're actually quite small but really heavy. You can see that red in there. That's gonna have some small, small heavy lightnings and lightning there, or there over there or whatever. Will you stream tomorrow if this stuff gets bad? I'm actually not sure I'm gonna stream or not tomorrow. It's gotta think about what I'm gonna do tomorrow. So guys, please subscribe if you haven't already done so. It would be really nice if I get some subscribers ever since I've gotten back. So guys, not really much to talk about. I've gone through most of these tabs twice already. So not really much to say. These aren't going to update until 11 o'clock p.m., which is mostly what they do. So if you guys were late, don't worry. This live will go on YouTube by the end of tonight. Don't worry, you're not. It's all good if you missed it. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this live stream. I hope it was good. Hopefully you guys, actually guys, I'm just gonna wait maybe a couple minutes to see if you guys have any questions before I end this, because maybe you guys have some questions to ask. So you guys have about 3 minutes to ask me some questions. So yeah, you could have checked here on stream. Oh, thank you. I could have. You take care, Adrian. Very good forecast. Thank you. I'm glad you love them. Alright. Let me go to around. Alright, so here's Saturday around 8 a.m. Again, where you saw, if you saw the joules, or actually if you saw the joules per kilogram, if you saw that, or if you just got here, well, around 8 a.m. is when the energy starts to begin a little bit. So for parts of Texas, we have 30 miles per hour. For parts of Texas near the border, we have around maybe 32 across, just around this area. We have this area where we can get around 25 to 30 miles per hour wind. Let's go to 2 p.m. see when that energy actually starts to come. Now that wind starts to get pretty strong. 32 miles per hour winds for parts of Oklahoma. 27 miles per hour for parts of Oklahoma City. And 30 miles per hour winds in Dallas, sorry. And then the winds come from the south, and then it piles up over here and brings that strong winds where the high joule where it will be. So really where the typical heavy winds will be is where that heavy, where the high the joules is, which is where it can produce those strong thunderstorms. 32 miles per hour winds for parts of Texas. We have 18 miles per hour winds. Houston can get, it can be some light to moderate wind. If it's more than less than 20, it maybe could take down small little branches. I'm not gonna say it's gonna take down trees because I know it's gonna be moist and all that, but it's not gonna be strong enough to go take down some trees. So guys, hope you guys had a wonderful time watching this. Please do not forget to like and subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it, and one subscriber can make my day and all that. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna go live tomorrow. I will think about it, and if I'm going live, you will see it scheduled on my YouTube channel. And turn on your notifications to get the latest on my channel and all that. Let me just check out if we have any questions or anything. Nope, we do not. So yeah, have a wonderful day.